Well, hello there.
Hello?
No Kings protest, huh? So this is probably going to be a spicy weekend, and while I have a firearm and frame, just like years ago during the Antifa and BLM protests, it's more of an attention getter than it is to advocate for anything. So don't use one of these for this weekend. The only thing you should really be concerned about: protection and preservation of your life, your family's lives, and your home or property. That's about it. Just stay away from the protest area. I know there's going to be some dudes that are going to try to justify interacting with them or go rile them up for YouTube likes or whatever. It's best just to let them fizzle out and not get the attention they wanted. The reason that they're doing this is twofold. The billionaires saw how much media attention happened in Los Angeles, and now they're spreading it out. I don't believe this map. I don't think it's going to be this many. If you take a page out of their handbook, liberals love screen attacks. They love throwing all sorts of stuff, whether it's legislation or whatever. So don't believe that this is the smattering of people that are going to show up. I think there's going to be a bunch, but I don't think there's effectively this much logistics and support, and getting these blue-haired people out of their houses is difficult. Most of them have serious medical conditions in the first place. There are some people who think that they're actually doing something with these protests, and I want to let y'all know you're being used by corporate overlords who don't care about you. They used illegal immigrants as pawns and will use you too, with a smile on their face. They don't care about you. They view you as dirty humans or less than or anything like that. And they do it through the use of emotional buzzwords so that you feel good about what you're doing. This is a mixture of that, what's that leftist handbook? Something for dummies or anarchist, whatever. I don't fucking know. I'll roll the pictures in here. I don't care that much. But it's CIA tactics mixed with insurgency tactics that the billionaires are also funding. So it's kind of like this weird mishmash of garbage so that they can not even half-assed. It's just like a 10% effort troll fest, and to pull resources away, both law enforcement and any sort of security assets away from other things. And I saw I'm going to try to find the video clip. I watched so much media these past few days that I saw it and I swore I kept the tab open, but I guess I didn't. They're tricking you into thinking you can do something good if you're left-leaning or on the left or far left or whatever. They're legitimately tricking you into doing their bidding. They're also using you to hide their dirt, because there's some sort of money laundering thing going on in Los Angeles. I don't know what it was that got disturbed by this, but they're trying to hide that too. There's been a couple people commenting on it. Tom Homan commented on it. It's not necessarily a secret, but people are going to write it off as a conspiracy theory, but it makes perfect sense because all of this is just for money. There's, having all these people flow into California and boost their numbers so they can maintain congressional seats as well as federal funding for their population, increases demand, all this other stuff, their tax base, whatever. I know there's some people that are going to say, well, it's still for the cause. And you might rationalize that the ends justify the means, or what you're doing is still justified. But all you're doing is pulling away police assets to protect Walmart's competition. The mom and pop immigrant businesses that will get torched and broken and completely raided, and they won't be able to recover. And this whole, they have insurance, bro. Look at Minneapolis. How did that insurance thing work out? How many mom and pops businesses came back? So the communities that you think you're protecting, either the liberals speak of communities being those demographics of people that they think they're protecting, all you're doing is pulling away assets from those immigrants that are legal, that have businesses here, that worked their whole lives and very hard, and they've made lots of sacrifices, and you're pulling assets away from them to deal with stuff, both peaceful and non-peaceful protesting and rioting, and then their businesses get destroyed. And guess who comes in right after that happens? Your corporations, those billionaires you claim to hate, come in, buy up all that land, and then have really cheap expansions. And they get to push their competition out and then take over the territory. It's the most rudimentary of tactics, and you're helping them do it.
Are we the baddies?
And with the added bonus of hiding their criminal money transfers for the cartels or whatever they're doing. Like, it's really stupid.
What, are you retarded?
Look, it's always money. I'm not a leftist or socialist. I'm going to tell you that straight up. I don't do commie stuff. I don't do socialist stuff. It's all just a means to get your select group of people in power and then kill everyone else. And then make everyone an indentured servant or a slave. All right? I don't like that. I'm a right-of-center constitutionalist who loves capitalism. I'm not afraid to call out the stupidity or when the system I love gets abused, though. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Your No Kings protest is sponsored by Christy Walton, a 76-year-old billionaire. So a tone policing Karen billionaire is who's making you do what you're about to do. Under the guise of, oh, no kings, we're gonna do a just protest. She's using you, dude. And the co-sponsor, Randy Weingarten, however you say that, German last name, 67-year-old, American Federation of Teachers Association or whatever the hell, I don't know, the AFT. So another tone policing Karen. These are the people you're gonna go out and protest for, by the way. So you're gonna ruin the communities that you're out in because rioters and professional anarchists that get paid by people that fund this stuff, like Christy Walton and other billionaires that you claim to hate, you're gonna destroy your communities so that they can take over. Congratulations, you played yourself. Best thing you guys can do, if you see a group amassing, go ahead and report it. Call 911, say, hey, I got a group of guys, they're dressed real funny, they're handing out stuff, I think something bad's gonna happen. And then give them your information and they'll send units your way, okay? Stay away from this stuff. It's stupid, let it fizzle out. If they get no engagement or aren't taken seriously, then they'll go away. And Christy Walton will have wasted her money and all these other billionaires would have wasted their money. And then they get in trouble for funding this stuff. So it's a huge win. There's plenty of assets. This isn't a WROL situation. Don't try to justify using force or any of this other shit. All you'll end up doing with that is giving them fuel for their fire, giving them more justification, and the liberals will finally have something to beat over our head for years. So just let it play out. Let the law enforcement, and if there's National Guard or whatever, they're bodying people just fine. They're slamming them, they're arresting them, they're getting theirs, okay? Let that happen. Let them fuck around and find out. You don't have to do shit. Save your ammo, save your powder, and don't embarrass us. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Take care out there.